Hi, this is NIALL DUNNE with CTN. I'm joined today by journalist and broadcaster Vincent Browne. Vincent, during your time in UCD, you were very involved in student politics. What do you think of the nature of student politics today?
I don't know an awful lot about it, to be quite frank. I think that at the time in the 60s, student politics was less introverted than it is now. Student politics seems to be very concerned with fees and grants, and now I think there was a greater interest in social issues around, say, housing, and housing was a big issue at the time. Yeah, and but maybe I'm mistaken about student politics now.
I think you're pretty much spot on there. You're very famous for, like, in 2010 when you took on the Troika when they came to Dublin. And they raised the question, are you a journalist or a social commentator?
Well, I was asking a question which, it wasn't 2010, I think it was just last year or so. Anyway, I asked a question which was, I thought, a reasonable question, and they wouldn't answer it, and I continued to ask it, and that was it. But it's nothing to do with social commentary, it's to do with just asking a relevant question and trying to get an answer.
Okay. And thirdly and lastly, you're a well-known patron of the College Tribune out here, the fine independent student newspaper. But do you feel that newspaper as a medium is dying away and being replaced by things like the internet and blogging?
Well, patron of College newspaper, I'm not a patron. I was involved in the launch of College Tribune in sometime in the 90s, along with Art Cosgrave, who was later president, a fellow called Jerry Hogan, who was a students' affairs officer. And I was hoping that this newspaper would hold the staff and lecturers of the college to account, and that, for instance, one of the things they would do would be to do assessments of lecturers and to invite students to assess the lecturers as lecturers assess them, and to publish the results of the assessments, which I thought would be a useful thing to do, and otherwise to hold the holders of power here in UCD accountable. By the way, Art Cosgrave was very much in favour of this. He became president later, and I think he was less enthusiastic about the idea. But nonetheless, I think that's what it should be doing, and I think that if student journalists had that kind of perspective, that when they go on to be journalists outside, that continue it and hold other holders of power accountable.
Vincent, thanks for speaking to us.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thanks.